someone else and they would do some black magic and put yellow subtitles in the VHS.
They can do that?
Yeah.
They can do that?
Yeah, I'm being for real.
Wow.
There's a way to do it.
It was just really difficult to find
perform a
anime
black magic.
that, you know.
I don't know. It's black magic.
You mean dark magic? That's offensive.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Welcome to the ManimeTV podcast. And in this episode, Natsuki Subaru finally killed himself.
What's up, everyone? We're back with the Manime podcast, episode 2. Woo, we're on a roll.
Woo.
Here in this imaginary room where it's cramped and all sweaty, we have ComiBoog.
ComiBoog. Hey, how's it going?
That's a great answer. Yeah, I heard one of the audience members say, like, good.
I
heard that.
I'm like, don't
Thank you,
bet.
man.
I know.
Yeah. And we have 8-bit Kevin.
Yo.
And when he becomes a full adult, he'll be 16-bit Kevin.
You know what? You shut up.
You don't want to get better?
Yeah,
stronger?
Kevin, you're just staying.
Yeah.
You're retro forever.
Yes.
8-bit is classic.
Dude, 16-bit though was revolutionary for Nintendo, Sega, and all those other games.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Kevin.
So you should get good,
Whatever,
Kevin.
guys.
All right. So we're here today, obviously, because we're an anime channel. So let's
Wait,
talk.
who are you?
Me? Everyone knows who I am. I'm a ton of
No one
bacon.
knows who
yes,
you are.
Yes,
No one
they
knows.
do. I am the greatest. A ton of bacon.
Oh.
Are you even crispy?
Oh, that.
Dude.
Are you cured or uncured?
That's a good
Am I,
question.
am I even cooked bacon?
Are you
if you had a ton of raw bacon, like, would you be happy?
Are you smoked?
No.
Are you smoked or are you maple glazed? I don't know.
Dude, there's so
Many
how
glazes.
about candied bacon?
Wait.
Candy, are you candy?
Wait. Are you real bacon or are you turkey bacon?
Oh.
No, I like pork bacon. Like
I don't know.
real
It's pretty vague
bacon.
though. Just a ton of bacon. I don't know.
What if I was Canadian bacon?
It's not bacon.
Boo.
It's not
Everyone's
bacon.
like, That's not bacon.
You're phony.
Yeah, you're funny.
Okay, we can all whatever bacon you guys prefer. That's what I am.
I'm whatever you want me to be.
Whatever you want me to be, greasy cooked. Yeah. So okay, so let's talk anime. Of course, we've had so many conversations like this in the past, and so would I be right to say that all of us here were a part of the whole Toonami anime thing that went on when we were young?
Not Kevin. Did you have to?
Really?
What? No, I was. Kevin
didn't have
very
to,
briefly.
Kevin didn't have Toonami, so
Very-
he's not a
very
true
briefly.
fan.
Well,
You're not a true fan.
let's not go in this true fan talk.
Okay,
For
fine.
God's
Okay,
sakes,
fine,
please,
fine,
none of this. I made a video on that, for God's sakes. Okay, I assume since you guys were born in Japan, you guys had a taste of anime back then, or were you guys just too young?
We're way too young.
We were
I
way
didn't
too
even
young,
know.
man.
Okay.
3 years old.
I swear, like
Fair
the first time I
enough.
opened my eyes, like I was here. And watching.
Dude, fair enough. Well, the thing is, like, it would have been funny if you guys were aware of anime in Japan, because I would have been like, oh, look at these hardcore elitists here. I was born watching it raw. Like, I was waiting for that kind of thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like that's more of our other friends who are from Japan.
grown up.
You guys know what I'm
Right,
talking
right.
about, yeah.
Yeah, but like, so let's bring it back here. So our earliest memories of like anime, or at least for me, was obviously Toonami. So walking home back with ComiBoog,
Yeah.
and his grandma, we would just go home and watch Dragon Ball Z, and all the other series like Sailor Moon attached to it, and Yu Yu Hakusho. Then right after we were done watching, we'd go outside and play. Like that was the flow, and we'd
Yeah.
talk about the latest episode. And
Well, you're talking about-
I'm not sure how.
Wait,
how it
wait.
was for Kevin though.
But Toonami was on at night.
Oh,
Wait, Toonami was on at night.
No, not originally.
It was on in the morning?
Well, no,
It
it was
was like-
on like 5 p.m. Like it was late
Yeah.
afternoon.
Okay.
Late afternoon, and so, well, I guess for me, like, my old town was shit. I didn't have Cartoon Network and stuff
Really?
way back.
That
So
sucks.
my first
Oh.
taste of anime was actually from like Kids WB and Fox Box or Fox Kids or whatever it was called back then.
For kids TV.
4 kids.
But
yeah.
I did watch Toonami occasionally, only because I would visit Jerome over at his place,
Right.
and he had
Yeah.
Toonami. So whenever that was on, I would watch it. But there was a time when Toonami took over Kids WB very briefly, and it was there.
I don't remember that.
Me
it was kind of a weird thing. Like, I remember it was a big thing for me back then, and then I suddenly got Cartoon Network and Toonami.
Oh, I remember
And
that.
then
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
so when you mentioned like Kids WB, that was like the Saturday morning lineup.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yes.
I mean, for real though, like if you're younger than the age of what, like maybe
20?
18
Oh,
right
right.
now, 20, I don't know, you don't
You
know
have
what
no clue.
Saturday morning cartoons
You ain't a
are.
'90s kid like us.
I know. Whenever they say like, "Oh, those are the good cartoons," like they're not even talking about '90s cartoons. They're talking about whatever early 2000 ones, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, you get it right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and the funny thing about that is when people usually reminisce back then about the morning lineup, it's funny because anime and cartoons were actually
mixed together.
They're mixed together, and so I
Yeah.
never fathomed that what I was watching was anime from.
You just
Japan.
thought it was straight up cartoons.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
and you loved it either way. Like it would be like Yu-Gi-Oh, and then all of a sudden Cubics, and then
I remember that,
Do
yeah.
you remember Cubics?
I remember Cubics.
Well, you wait, Cubics was on Fox originally,
Fox.
wasn't it?
It was Fox.
Fox or Kids WB. It was either one of those. And
I'm pretty sure it went to Kids WB at some point.
Or like
Yeah.
at high noon, it would be like it would be anime first, and then it'd be the cartoons after, and that's when you kind of fade out of it. It'd be a Cubics, and then
Yeah.
Animaniacs.
Well, I think I could have
and all
sworn
that stuff.
Yu-Gi-Oh was like the last of the lineup of the day.
Yu-Gi-Oh was
of the
one
day.
of the last, yeah.
Or, okay, it could have been. And then in there, I can't remember all the others. It was Digimon as well. That would be in the lineup.
Yeah.
I remember flipping through Fox and Kids WB for Digimon and Pokemon.
Yeah.
And,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
whatever.
I always had it like I would do my first channel, second channel, and then I just pressed the last button
Yeah,
repeatedly.
because you kind of memorized the schedule
Yeah.
at that point
Dude,
too.
back when TV Guide was a thing, you remember that?
Oh,
The whole
man.
thing?
I mean, or straight up just memorize the schedule.
yeah.
It got to a point where my body would naturally wake up because we never had like used our alarms in Saturday morning. We woke up
You just woke up-
naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God,
Kind of just woke up.
And
Well,
you just like, all right,
yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh's at this time, boom, and then last episode of Duelist Kingdom. You know, you already knew what was going on.
Legit though, one time I remember I accidentally woke up really late once and I missed my TV show, so I'm like, dang it. So I did set an alarm once because I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss it.
What was it?
I
What
just
was the
learned.
ending? Or what was the show?
I don't remember. I just remember that one day I woke up and I missed everything.
Dang. It's like the saddest thing on a Saturday. Like, God.
Yeah.
It ruins
It's the
your
only thing you look forward
Saturday.
to.
Yeah, because I remember one time I missed a really big episode. I think I didn't watch it until like many years later when anime was now, you know, like a part of the internet, or that's how we watched
The
it today.
mainstream?
Mainstream, yeah. It was. I think it was on the verge of mainstream because. So I remember watching Yu-Gi-Oh, and it was the arc where they're fighting Merrick.
Yep.
And I remember I was so hyped for this arc. I was like, oh man, this Merrick dude, I hate him. Let's go, Yugi. And then like I remember the Winged Dragon of Ra had like 299 attack points because he sacrificed life points for that.
Yeah.
And the final episode, it had him in the floating eye, like, oh, if you give your life to Ra and into the Shadow Realm, you know, and like you lose it all, but I'm gonna win this. So it was the final episode, and they hyped it up like this week's the epic conclusion of Yugi versus Merrick, and I was like, oh hell yeah,
yeah.
I can't wait for this. And on that day, Saturday morning, I had a big event for myself, and that was like it was for my church. It was my baptism. For me. So as I was attending that baptism ceremony, I was in my mind, it would cross my mind every 10 minutes, the final episode of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh shit! Oh man!
And then the next weekend when I went back, I thought there'd be like a playback before the new episode.
No,
And it was the new arc.
They play the new
It was a
episode
yeah.
that you can't miss.
Yeah. It was just like, oh, last time on Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, Yugi won this, and now we move on to the next
You're
arc,
like,
and it was the
what?
Kaiba arc where it was him with the battle tower arc or whatever. Whenever.
Yeah.
So that was like a moment where I missed an episode I truly wanted to see, but it was like actually something really important in my life I had to do, and I was just like,
Yeah.
gosh, you know, who do I curse? No, I can't curse anyone for this. This
Oh,
is bad.
banish!
No.
Banish you to the Shadow Realm.
Oh no. Oh, God. Why?
You have
But
people at your church.
Yeah, just blame them. Like, why? Dude, don't you guys know what's going on today?
I know.
Merrick, we gotta take down Merrick. But do you guys remember staying up late for like the Adult Swim lineup?
Yeah.
For, like, after Family Guy.
Yeah,
and,
I
all that
did.
Stuff.
Somewhat. Like,
Well,
I didn't have Cartoon Network, so anytime I'd watch Adult Swim, it'd be with Jerome, and then occasionally it'd just be like Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah. Or like once it got into what was like the last one,
Or Inuyasha.
where I like would I can't even remember the last lineup.
The late night lineup was all the so-called adult stuff. So Bebop, Samurai Champloo,
yeah.
FLCL was aired almost every week and only had
Really?
a whopping 6 episodes.
I thought FLCL.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Because my favorite memory is the ending thing, the and that was like I watched FLCL for the ending because that was like the best song ever, and obviously I had no access to that music or no YouTube back then, so I would watch the show, wouldn't understand what's going on because it's like a big story about growing up, and I didn't realize that.
Oh, I remember now. It was once they played Space Ghost Coast to Coast, then you knew it's over. I was like,
oh,
right?
Yeah,
it was just like, okay.
Like that's it.
Yeah.
And the old Adult Swim advertisements, like it would show like the old people swimming in the pool. It'd be like, no diving in the pool, diving.
Yeah,
it would say
I remember
Swim.
that.
Yeah.
To be honest, sometimes when that came on, I'd be kind of uninterested because I feel like being younger, I just didn't.
It wasn't
understand
appealing.
The humor.
It wasn't appealing.
Yeah, it wasn't appealing at all.
Yeah, you didn't get it.
It took me a while to really like appreciate it.
Jerome, were your parents very controlling
on what I watched?
Like, yeah, or like going to bed early? Because I remember that was an ongoing battle all throughout my childhood.
Well,
I wanted to watch.
They wanted me to go to. They wanted to go to sleep early, but they didn't care if the TV was on. So it's like I would lay in bed.
No kidding.
And then, well, my dad liked the TV on too, so we just left it on, and I got to put it on whatever channel I wanted.
I just remember back in the day when I would sleep over, and it would just be us in like the room and stuff watching TV. We'd leave like Adult Swim and stuff on, and the occasional like Girls Gone Wild commercial comes on.
Oh yeah, every time.
Girls Gone Wild, finally 18. I'm finally 18, and you're just like,
I know.
Like that's when you got up and you're wide awake.
You change it real fast, like whoa, like just in case, like you don't know.
Yeah. No, because just like you mentioned, Jerome, the last button. So I had the last button like ready to go.
Oh yeah,
that's so if someone ever walked in, because I was lucky because my room upstairs, near my parents' room, because we're like they could hear the TV and everything. Our floorboards are really like shaky.
Yeah.
So if you heard them walking, you hear the thud sound from the boards shifting back and forth.
Yeah.
So every time I heard the thud sounds, I'd click the last button and pretend I was asleep, or like just going to bed, like yeah, news, CNN, yeah.
News.
Damn it.
They're probably like, something's up.
Well, they were always angry at me for being awake too long, no matter what. Like it was always like that. And even if I turned off the TV, like my Zenith box TV, when you turn it off, you hear the static like shutting down.
Oh yeah, I got you.
My parents weren't dumb, so they knew. So, but going back to anime, or regardless if it's late night, what's your guys' earliest or most memorable anime moments that you could think of?
Or are you like first anime?
It doesn't have to be first, but like earliest where you like encountered it, or like in terms of like, oh man, like I remember one time when I was watching, this was cool, or I was glad I was there for this moment,
Oh well, I think my first anime, if you I just thought of this now. I remembered it suddenly, but I remember in one of these pictures I saw from when I was like an infant, I remember seeing Dragon Ball Z on the TV, or Dragon Ball Z. I don't remember which one it was. It was one of the two.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty sure Dragon Ball was like my first anime ever, but I don't remember that part. But I think my first memory of anime is definitely Pokemon. That's for sure. Like I remember watching the first episode where Ash gets Pikachu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the same for me too, because that aired at a decent time. I remember watching it with my brother like at nighttime. It didn't air like early morning on Kids WB yet, because that's when Pokemon first hit the U.S.
I remember. I think the time was when Kevin would come over to my house all the time, and you and your brother would just go onto the TV, and you would sing the intro every single time. You sing every single word. You remember that?
Yeah.
You guys both sung every single word, like on point.
Well, I mean, it was the shit.
I know, yeah, but like when you're singing, I was like, "What is this? Like, what are you watching?" And I was like,
oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
so you weren't aware of it until
I was not. Yeah, I was not even aware of it until, until they watched it or turned it on my TV. I was like, what is this? It was crazy. I was like, this is cool. Like, and then I forget what episode it was. I think it was the episode where Ash first got Pikachu. You know, the fat Pikachu.
How they know? Wait.
The fat
How they know
Pikachu.
the music then if it's the first episode?
They probably watched it like multiple times.
I mean, there's called reruns. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, reruns were a thing back then.
Yeah.
How old am I? Oh god. So speaking of singing, do you remember the Pikachu's jukebox?
Yep.
Like every time at the end,
Yeah, he would go,
Pika,
Pika. Yeah.
I just remember Viridian
City.
That was the best
I'm
one.
on the road to Viridian City.
I like the poker raps were good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the book raps. All I know is Charlie.
Really?
Yeah.
Mewtwo, Tentacle, Arrow.
Yeah, I think that's like the one that everyone knows. And then like the rest of them, I'm like,
Oh yeah, like, I'll memorize them like on some other day.
Yeah.
So that would that be your earliest memory, Jerome?
The Pokemon stuff.
Most likely that.
Every time I think of you and anime back in the day,
Yeah.
I just remember you talking my ear off to watch Shaman King.
Oh,
Yo, Shaman King's so dope.
that's because of Kevin. No, that's not the earliest though.
Okay.
Shaman King
Okay,
came
that was-
way after Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Well,
Pretty sure it was Dragon Ball
But
Z.
is that your first? Is that your like earliest anime memory or something?
I'm pretty sure he had it
It's
early.
either that or Pokemon. I don't know. I just like would just switch it on.
No, I mean for Jason.
Oh, for Jason.
Not for you.
Oh.
For me, I guess I'd be paired in the Dragon Ball Z thing.
Well,
as
they played it a
because
lot.
It was always on. No, so I remember, I like in order for me to watch Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, because I didn't want to miss a second of it, even though it was gonna be another filler, and we didn't know what fillers were back then.
I know,
But it kept us at the edge of our seat. Like we fell for it as kids.
I
and
did.
it was
Oh,
genius.
man.
Well, yeah, we didn't know.
But I remember before Dragon Ball Z, it'd be Sailor Moon, and as the kid I was, you know, the whole ew girls kind of thing.
Yeah.
I watched Sailor Moon still because I wanted to be ready for Dragon Ball Z, so I had it kind of like on background, but I got
you.
Invested in the story. Because I know, so here's
it was your guilty pleasure.
Yeah,
It-
dude,
you
the
could say
intro,
it was my
man.
guilty-
It's catchy.
I know. So every time they transformed, you know, as kids, my
You would
eyes
transform
would
too?
open. No. I take off my clothes like, oh,
I just imagined him like the blanket like twirling it.
Dude, I did have a blanket around me while I watched anime. You know, remember my blue blanket?
That was not
little
even a
cloth.
blanket. It was a net. I don't know. It had so many holes in it, dude.
I couldn't let go of it.
It was just shredded. I know. I remember I went to your house. I was like, "You're like, want some blanket?" And then you like threw it on me. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "What is this?"
Whoa, that blue blanket is legendary. If I could find that blue blanket in like an adult size, that would complete my life.
Jesus Christ!
I can't believe I parted with it. Oh my god, I didn't part with it until I was like 16, if I remember correctly.
No, yeah, really. I remember I'd come into your house. I'm like, it's still fucking there.
It was like shredded.
It's shredded. I'm like, it's not even keeping you warm.
It's not. I need something to
It's
cuddle.
not doing its job.
I know. I had 3 blankets, and that one was the cuddle blanket.
God.
But I remember watching Sailor Moon, and whenever they transformed, for some reason, I had this false hope that like I'd see like a titty drop.
Oh, you're talking about like
Why?
you're talking about like when they would like it would show them go naked first.
Yeah, it was because it'd be a colorful silhouette of them transforming.
That's something that you thought of as a kid. I didn't think about that at
God
all.
Well,
dang, man.
You know, you get. I got curious. I was just like,
Plot.
whoa, there's like these cartoon characters are like getting nude and getting changed, and so every episode I watched, I was thinking to myself, well, what if they accidentally showed something?
Yeah.
I want to be there for that, and so that's what kept me watching. And then Dragon Ball Z after, and then I'd forget.
Yeah.
During like daytime hours.
Yeah, like yes, like that was gonna. But then late night hours, I'll be watching Bebop, and of course,
Yeah,
seeing Faye
yeah.
Valentine. Faye was like,
Got your hormones all riled up.
oh yeah, like forget about it. It's that was another side of me. I was just like, I guess you could say that's the part of me that was guilty. But now today, when it comes to things like ecchi and like fan service, I'm just like nice, and I have so much access to it. That's the crazy thing about it. So.
Well, yeah, you have access to everything, so.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Real talk though. So, something I was thinking about probably a few weeks ago. You could so our generation, the millennial generation, if you're around like age of 20 to maybe
24?
27 or something.
27, right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But pretty much if you were a 90s kid or lived in the 90s, you could probably trace back a lot of people's first anime. Anyone in the US, that is.
Right.
Just because it was so limited back then, not like how it is now.
Yeah, wasn't
You
there only
have
20?
anime- Yeah, I mean, you have anime right now, everywhere. You could go on the internet, find anime, watch it. You could be a pirate and watch it. You could go on Crunchyroll, watch it. But back then, you were so limited. You could trace it back to Kids WB with Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and stuff like that. You could trace it back to probably Foxbox or Fox Kids with Digimon, with Ultimate Muscle and
you're talking
about that cooking one.
Yeah.
And you could trace it back to Toonami. But you could also trace it back to Toonami with Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Adult Swim with Inuyasha. You could trace it back to Jetix if you had that with Beyblade. Metabots. If you were a kid living in that generation, one of those anime were probably your first anime.
I mean, you're talking in terms of you can just totally narrow it down because it was so limited.
Yeah, you can narrow it down because it was so small.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about old school anime like Astro Boy or anything. I'm
isn't
talking
that the
about,
first? That's the first anime, isn't it?
No, I don't think it's the first.
It's debatable. The history of anime going on.
That depends on how you define anime too.
Oh, to this day we still can't define it. You know how that is.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying though, right? Ask anyone, especially from our generation. A lot of people will say oh, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
I think those are the two
probably
main.
Digimon.
Yu-Gi-Oh, definitely one of them.
Yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh was one too.
You can't label us as casuals either because that was all that was available for us.
Yeah,
right.
So if we're if there are fans out there that are diehard fans of these anime, it's probably because it's one of their first,
Yeah.
And it holds a special place in their heart. So that's what I'm saying. It's really cool to think about. So if you go to another person around our age, depending on where they were at the time, you could ask them, and they'll probably share the same first anime as you.
Yeah.
That is, unless they lived under a rock and decided to, not watch anime as a kid.
Unless you're a
or
loser.
not realize what anime was.
Freaking weirdo.
Well, I mean, most people have probably seen Pokemon at least.
Because Pokemon
as
was
a kid.
Was that?
It was everywhere.
Yeah, it wasn't specifically just on It was on Nickelodeon.
Well, it was mostly
sorry.
on Kids. No, it was on Kids WB. Mostly Kids WB.
Well, that was a franchise in itself that grew because once the game came out, heck, there could have been people who played the game first, then watched the anime.
Oh yeah.
But they had so many mediums because you had the game, the anime, the card game, and so you have all those mixing together.
Did the card game come before the game?
I don't. Oh.
No, the card game was after. Because the game came out first.
Fair enough.
Wait, I thought the anime. It didn't.
No, the game came out first. The anime is only there because of the game.
Oh.
I believe Kevin because he knows a lot about Nintendo.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's his thing.
Well, the anime wouldn't have been a thing if Pokemon wasn't successful as a game.
That's true. But God, that's crazy because we were just always exposed to it. You know what I mean? It was always there. Even if I didn't watch the Pokemon anime at school, I'd see the cards, I'd see the game, and I would have found out eventually. And I don't think there's a single person I know, regardless if you like Pokemon or not, that even knows about the franchise because we literally saw it
you
grow.
know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what it is, and I think it's cool too. Even from chasing it back to your first anime, from those networks. It's cool to see how we're fortunate enough to see it evolve into mainstream because we were the generation that you could only watch it through these networks. Then all of a sudden YouTube became a thing and you're watching it in different parts, watching it with shitty subtitles, watching it not even realizing that it was originally a Japanese thing,
right?
I
think Dragon Ball Z the most because it was. I mean,
you just kind of accepted it they're speaking in English, and then all of a sudden when you go online it's not English, it's Japanese and there's subtitles. Then you start to read subtitles and watch anime at the same time, and that's just a skill that you learn growing up.
I remember that too because with the whole Japanese thing, the first time I ever encountered an anime character speaking Japanese was again Dragon Ball Z. My brother was able to somehow get a file on our on our old ass AOL driven computer.
Yeah.
And I remember he showed me a scene saying, "Hey, look at this Dragon Ball Z scene that we haven't seen yet." And I was like, "What?" It was the final scene where Super Saiyan 3 Goku does his Kamehameha or does Spear Bomb on Kid Buu. And like it was a scene where like, "Yo, Goku, EK!" And I was like, "What's EK mean?" And my brother was like, "Oh, that means go or go get him." And I was just like, "Oh," and it sounded really cool when I first watched it. And so that was my first taste of Raw. It wasn't even subtitled. It was just like a 1 minute clip, and we watched it like every day because it was so cool.
Jeez, every day religiously.
Well, I liked it because it was never dubbed and shown on Toonami. So the fact that I learned that more Dragon Ball Z existed in the future, like I felt like Japan was in the future because they were.
Yeah, like we were just like we're cavemen, and they're like,
there's more Dragon Ball Z on the way. I was like, oh, that means I already know what's gonna happen, and so that you can say that was spoilers, but I didn't care. You know.
I mean, it's just funny too because realizing that like it was originally a Japanese thing and like seeing how much things have changed like when they translate it to English dub, and it's just funny because like in like big example everyone probably knows this with like Pokemon. Like with Brock saying like, "Oh, jelly-filled donut." It's like no, it's like onigiri.
It's a rice ball.
Oh, gotcha. It's one of those things I didn't really pay attention to.
Yeah, it's like you didn't realize, like as a kid, you just didn't question it. You're like, oh, it's a donut, but it's not a donut.
As a side note, when he said jelly-filled donut, in my mind, I'm like, I've never had a donut that looked like that, and so I kept so whenever I ate donuts, part of me would be like, where's that white and black donut
with the green square on the bottom?
Yeah, I was like, that looks good, and you saw it in other anime series like The first time I saw it was called a rice ball was SD Gundam, if you remember that, Jerome.
Yeah,
but that's like later on.
That was way later on.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
All those mistranslations back then. Like, remember Yu-Gi-Oh? Reborn the monster. It's Monster Reborn.
Did they say wait? But then they started calling it Monster Reborn after.
Yeah, after.
There was just a lot of different things that changed because they wanted to make sure that like kids in the U.S. could relate to it, or they didn't accidentally say something that was like it translated literally over here, but it sounded like it could have been taken the wrong way. Like Dark Magician, it was like Black Magician.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
And like all the censorship too, because who knows what kind of things they said in the Japanese version.
Yeah, didn't they cover up some like Dark Magician Girl or something too?
Oh, a lot. There were a lot of cards that were inappropriate that they had to
just like slight cleavage, or not even just like the slight cleavage. It was also kind of like I remember like going back and watching like anime that I watched as a kid, but in like Japanese, and then seeing the subtitles and stuff, and there's like there were so many times where people would say like I don't know if like it's like the translators doing it, like it's a fan sub sort of thing, but I just remember seeing a lot of like bastard or
damn it.
Yeah,
I was gonna say like they say like screw you a lot too, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I mean like as a kid watching the English dub, like right? they didn't say that.
Yeah,
of course not. Well, I can't imagine that any of my my old heroes in the dub like cursing. I remember I asked that to the voice actor of Ash when I met her at one of our conventions. Like I asked her like, have you ever gotten a request to curse in someone's like audio recording? And she says yes, but she doesn't do that because she really feels that Ash as a character would never say anything like that.
Yeah, and he has a reputation to hold,
Yeah, he's like a symbol of like a kid because he's still 10 years old. But let's be honest, he's lost the Pokemon League like 8 times. How do you not curse at yourself? Like, god damn it! How do you not say that?
Because friendship, Jason.
Because friendship, get out of here.
That last Pokemon League in the Kalos League just
I was so disappointed. Oh man,
so disappointed.
I was just like
Pokemon spoilers on the way. Just letting you guys know.
Okay,
Pokemon spoilers for like the Kalos League on the way. Just getting really frustrated at freaking Ash Greninja losing to a Mega Charizard. Like how does that even happen?
I don't know, man.
Two clean hits from his water shuriken. Too clean.
Not even just water shuriken, but like Pikachu landing a thunderbolt on him.
Yeah.
And then didn't Greninja had a water boost from the rain dance? Like, so many factors.
So many.
It's like, how did this even happen? Like his blast burn should have done nothing. Like,
Yeah.
It's just so
if you want to talk about
frustrating.
stats in the game, like
let's talk
technical
stats right now, man. Let's go.
Like, yeah, Charizard got stabbed from the blast burn, but so did Greninja from his water shuriken.
Yeah, and plus
not to mention Battle Bond.
Since it's a fire type too, it already automatically gets cut in half from Greninja's typing anyways, right?
And Greninja has like a semi-weird mega form going on too, like that bond with Ash, that Digimon thing that was going on.
What's it called?
The Ash Greninja.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But we digress because that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
right. I could talk hours about that. Just us, But going back to what Ken was talking about, how people were our age, we could pick apart what anime they watched. It's weird because I've yet to talk to people who watched anime, like much older gentlemen, let's say mid-30s. Back then when they were actually getting, because I've read a bunch of stuff on it where people were watching anime before like the 90s and stuff like that. Like
like VHS tapes?
Yes, that was their only way to obtain it.
Oh, man, yeah, you're right.
Like the first Gundam or 0083 and like all that stuff.
Yeah, that stuff was hard to find.
Yeah, because the only way to get it subtitled was literally you had to get the VHS from Japan, give it to someone else, and they would do some black magic and put yellow subtitles in the VHS.
They can do that? They can do that?
Yeah, I'm being for real. There was a way to do it.
It was just really difficult to find
perform a black
anime
magic.
that,
I don't know. It's black magic.
You mean dark magic? That's offensive.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Dark magic. Dark magician would be there in the guy's cave, like dark magic attack. Then boom, he'd have the entire series of like Fist of the North Star all subtitled in yellow, like ready to go. So I've always like wanted to watch those series how it was back then, because when you look at anime series much older, it was really raw. Like there were really a lot of gore, a lot of things
that was
that
awesome.
they wouldn't have
Inuyasha
shown
had a lot of
to
cool like raw stuff too.
Yeah, limbs got cut off.
Demons,
right?
demons' heads and stuff getting cut off. It was awesome.
Yeah, the most they would do here was maybe censor the blood. Like I remember the One Piece comparison. There'd be blood on Luffy's knuckles, and like on kids it would be like
For the four kids with Sanji, he was smoking, but they changed it to a lollipop.
To what? To what? What did they change it to?
A lollipop.
A lollipop.
Oh.
Yeah. That was so weird. And I remember Gintama made fun of that. They were like, Sensei, why are you smoking? I'm not smoking, it's a lollipop. And he takes it out, and it's a lollipop. And you're like, wait, how are you doing that? He's like, I was licking it very fast. That's why I was smoking. And I was like, oh my god. That was like the most...
That's so meta.
Yeah, that was very meta. I was like, good job. But let's move forward now. So, over time, Toonami began to start to wane. Like, I remember their dates begin to push back a bit, or the time began to push back. Remember
later and later.
Remember Maguzi?
Magooby.
What?
Maguzi.
Maguzi.
That was the time slot for other cartoon series like Teen Titans.
Wait, I thought Maguzi wasn't that a show?
No, it was. No, it was the. It was like Toonami, but it was before Toonami in the lineup.
I could have.
Oh gosh,
I don't know.
I
don't remember it being called that.
I swear it was called Maguzi. Like it was with the girl that was undersea, and she's with her like sea pals, and they showed shows that like Teen Titans.
I feel like I had this.
I vaguely remember that.
Okay. I guess I'm the one that remembers that. But over time, like you see Toonami get pushed back further.
Yeah, and then
to like to the late night lineup, and that's
Maguzi. I remember that
shit.
Just
Google it?
Wait. Did you
Miguzi. I just looked it up. I remember this shit. Yeah, I do remember.
I remember this, man.
Let me see.
My brother. But the thing is that during this time, if I remember the anime series that were airing, you had Naruto in almost like full swing in like the Chunin exams. Bleach was new. There was Zatchbell, and I watched
Zatchbell. And Bubba.
Oh god,
I
was
never
not a fan
watched
of
that. I never watched that one.
not a fan of the nose hair. Like that was, even for anime, that was weird for me. But I remember I gave Zatchbell like 3 episodes, and I was like,
Zatchbell's dope. I don't know what you're talking about.
I fell out of it.
Yeah, I was like wasn't too into that one.
Man, y'all are whack.
No, shut up. Your tastes have stayed the same. terrible to this day.
Terrible.
But
No, you have shit taste. What are you talking
what are you
about?
talking, dude? My taste,
Dude, you like goop.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, say the whole thing right. Yeah.
Okay, is it really good? Honestly,
Yes. Okay.
like, what is it? Story or is it what?
It's tournament sports. Tournament arc. It's a tournament arc.
Okay.
Okay, he can go on this forever.
okay,
Just
okay.
go back to
Watch when we all
Taste
watch
Over
it.
Time.
When we all watch it, that'll be the next episode.
When
we recorded.
when
We'll
did
just
we
do a
agree?
full review.
I didn't agree to that. When did we agree to that?
I didn't agree either.
You just agreed to it right now. So, so okay, going back. So when Toonami was ending, and we started to get, like, I guess say obtain the internet and by other means. What were you watching? Do you remember your earliest memories watching anime on your computer? Is what I'm asking.
Oh, shoot.
What kind of anime?
Oh man.
We're gonna go back to
sure.
that. Okay,
I'm just kidding.
Oh man. I'm pretty sure, because I think there was a time where I think Naruto was my first anime online.
Really?
I'm pretty sure it was, because during that time it was like watching anime whenever it was on. Like, I would try my best to watch Naruto whenever it would come on, but I'm pretty sure that, like, when YouTube became a thing, I would watch, like, Naruto in parts.
Right.
And, like, I don't know, it was just a lot of different things, but it would be like, what, like, not even 480p, like 144p or something. Like, it was really
Christ.
bad.
And
Just
were you
potato.
cool? Were you cool with it being subtitled, or was it even subtitled?
I feel
where were
like
you in
that was never an
spectrum?
issue for me. Sub.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that, like, the only thing that was available at the time was Japanese dub for me. And then I kind of just learned that most anime is English subtitled. And then I kind of just expanded from there. Like, I remember watching it, and, like, before Crunchyroll and all these other places were a thing, like, I remember watching anime on, like, YouTube. There was a website called VO.
Oh,
Wait.
VO. I think you introduced
Yeah.
me to that, because that's where
How
I
do you spell
watched
that? How do you
a
spell that?
lot.
VEOH.
I made an account on there, man.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I remember watching it on different, like I tried my best to find where anime was.
It was hard.
Like,
it was really hard.
Yeah, it was really hard. Like, I remember my first, like, sailing the seven seas. I remember watching things like Death Note.
Oh yeah, Death Note was
Naruto.
Naruto, yeah.
I would watch more of Bleach.
I think Bleach was my
I'd
first
Go
one.
back and watch Dragon Ball Z.
Wasn't Dot Hack
No.
a thing too?
I feel like
Dot Hack was Adult Swim, but I didn't really get into
I just
that
like
in
the
the
game.
beginning, because
That was Jerome
it was
that
one of those more serious ones. But we liked the game more.
yeah. I think I played the
that's a
game
game.
before I still haven't watched, like, the full thing.
Oh, I just heard it's
Well,
just
that was Dot Hack
talking.
Sign.
I like
Oh, Dot Hack Sign.
Dot Hack Sign. I
Dot-
like the newer
Yeah,
one.
Dot Hack Sign was really slow.
The one with the
That's what
one
I-
with Kite. I like that one.
Yeah, I like Dot Hack Twilight.
That's right.
Legend of Twilight
That
Bracelet.
one's I like that one's fun.
No idea
that
what
one
you
was
guys
cool.
are talking about. That's why I feel terrible. Like, oh, I feel left out of this conversation. But dude,
Yeah.
VO.
VO.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here's the crazy thing about that. So with me, when I started searching anime online, I ran into a genre. So here's my taste changing over time. I ran into a genre that I never thought I'd get into. Then again, I guess I'm not as much into it as now. It's more of kind of a thing that's extra. But romantic comedies and the harem genre is what I
What's
encountered. 'cause
what's
I never,
harem mean again?
Oh,
Harem is multiple girls.
One guy with multiple girls as love
Oh,
options.
is that like
Yeah.
Tenchi Muyo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
would
would
think
count
so,
that.
yeah.
I
would
like
count Tenchi
that was
Muyo.
kind of like that, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're about to lead into, like, Love Hina.
Oh gosh, how did you beat me to it? You knew it. So Kevin's right. When I got into the harem genre, I ended up finding an anime called Love Hina,
Uh-huh.
and
You're hoping for boobs, I bet.
yes and no, but like
Yes and
here's
no.
the funny thing. I don't know whichever one. Again, from the beginning, whatever you want it to be, and. Love Hina, actually, I was kind of a little stubborn because I was watching things in dubbed.
Right.
So I would type it into the search bar, like Love Hina episode 20, whatever, English dub. And the dub was available. And, of course, again, I wasn't able to really distinguish between if sub was better than dub, and I didn't care. I just wanted to watch.
Yeah.
And I watched all of Love Hina plus all the other stuff on there, and that's when I just fell in love with just the romantic comedy of anime. And this is when I knew it was anime by this point. Then I ended up finding School Rumble. If you guys have ever seen that one,
School Rumble.
I know what it is.
School Rumble was another rom-com that I just loved to death. It was like I still think about it to this day. Like I want to rewatch it more often now that I have the DVD.
Jerome is about to find out how casual he is.
I know. I don't even. Yeah. Wow.
Okay. Couple more name drops. So there's
here, keep going.
School Rumble. Full Metal Panic was another one that I.
I know that one.
I remember. I found out Fumofu before the original series.
Same. Remember how you found anime series? I found a few anime series through anime music videos on YouTube. That's how I first found some.
Mine was a lot of word of mouth, and I think just. I don't know. I think I was just looking up like best anime to watch or interesting anime or shit like that on Google or whatever.
Right.
I think mine was just from you, Kevin.
Yeah. I honestly would.
Dude, just tell me what to watch and I'd watch it.
What did you watch? I remember the only thing you suggested me was Shaman King, Soul Eater.
I liked. I think it was more of just like the Toonami lineup. I did like Sailor Moon. Dragon Ball Z was cool. Inuyasha was good. Gundam was awesome. I liked Big
Gundam Wing.
I liked Big O. It was kind of like the tone of it was like pretty just like monotone.
I never watched it from start to finish. That was more background.
I liked what was that one? Outlaw Star was cool.
Oh.
Trigun. One I liked the most because it was just always on late night would be I loved Case Closed.
Oh, Case Closed is so good. You introduced me to that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that
one.
It was just like one of those like it was an anime that I didn't think I would actually like, but like once you watch it,
it was so interesting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You felt smart watching it.
Yeah, I know. You're like, aha!
Like you keep like
Colonel Mustard in the room with the fork. Yeah, I don't know.
I remember seeing a more recent episode once. Has it gotten more vanilla?
No idea.
I have no idea. I think
Dude, it's 800 episodes strong right now, right?
Jesus,
like it's beating One Piece by a little bit in terms of episode volume.
But like, is it even about like
I guess.
crimes anymore or mysteries?
Is he still?
I'm pretty sure
is he still
it
a kid?
Is the case open?
Case closed.
Final episode. The case is finally closed. Just like Final Fantasy. The Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
This is it, guys.
I know.
So wait,
this is it. Final Fantasy 15. Okay.
Okay. We're still going. Here we go.
Yeah.
But as more anime became like available, I think with me, I got to the point where I was only trying to rewatch the series I never got to complete. Because on Toonami, I never really watched Bebop, Shampoo, FLCL from start episode 1 to finish.
Yeah.
All the way to the end.
Because it was always just like random episodes airing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't really keep track of it unless you.
Even if you did watch it like consecutively every day, if they're not going through like a very important arc, it's just pretty random, the episodes, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's why like I started out just completing all those, and then that's when YoGimmeRice said, "Hey, you should watch Naruto," and I actually did watch Naruto from first season all the way to the very end with fillers.
Jeez.
Are you kidding me?
Well, I don't know.
He's the one that got you to watch Naruto? Dude, I was pitching Naruto to you for the longest time.
You were pitching One Piece to me more than Naruto.
I was pitching both of them to you,
Fair
and
enough.
you did not give either of them a chance.
No.
I find that offensive.
Okay, here's my reason actually, because I was watching, just like today, I was watching a bunch of other anime series, and to be honest, growing up, like around, I think, middle school, junior high, and early high school, I was actually very self-conscious of not watching anime, but watching romantic comedies. Because I had the whole battle shonen in me. I was like, yeah, if I watch anime and people talk about it, boom, Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, all the fighting stuff.
Yeah. But
in the back of my mind, I'm just like, oh my god, I love Suzuka. Oh god, it's such an adorable story. Like, I'm just all like, that's, and like Shuffle, like all those like rom-com harem series I actually liked, and I didn't want anyone to know about that. But of course, look at me now. I don't care what I watch. I'll give anything a chance.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. It's honestly like going from like thinking about like watching anime as a kid, where it was very like specific. Like, you can only watch them on certain networks, and then moving on to YouTube and stuff where that was like it was starting to like expand and open more, and then now it's gone to back to like the select few to kind of rewatching what you wanted to watch from start to end, and starting to find out about a little bit more. And then now, like, it's crazy because at least Jason and I, like, we tend to watch anime more seasonally now. Like, we know that there are seasons, you know.
Yeah, didn't know that.
I didn't know that until you guys told me. I was like, you're like,
yeah, it's crazy. And so now, like, we keep track of, like, oh yeah, what's airing next season, and we also watch like some of the old stuff that we didn't get to watch when we were younger. But, you know, it's crazy, you know, like how much it's like changed over time. Like what we do with anime.
What's your reason for watching anime now? Because back then, it was just, for me, I watched anime because it was always, it was just on, and I took a lot from like you guys and my brothers because we watched it together,
right?
And that was like our thing, you know. And I always loved talking to you guys back then, like, oh, we watched the latest episode of Gundam Wing and all that, and like my brother bought the DVDs and I would rewatch it with him. But
I mean, like to be completely honest, like, in the beginning, it was just mostly because it was on. Yeah. And then later on, I think it was more like, more like middle school, early high school. It was definitely more like I enjoyed the stories that anime told that traditional cartoons didn't tell. Like, traditional cartoons for us back then didn't really have a lot of substance. It was a lot of like episodic, you know, hijinks. Yeah. But anime had more content, more story. It provided something different, a different art style. It was just more interesting.
I think even anime was, it reflects reality sometimes too, because they'll die in animes. They'll die, and I'm like, oh, but like, you know, regular cartoons, like, they don't even do that.
Yeah, cartoons did at the time didn't provide that for us because I think it was like, has to do with like censorship and, you know, making sure that we weren't exposed to that stuff. But like anime was less forgiving, you know. There was more stuff that revolved around death,
adult themes,
fighting, and whatnot.
Right. Yeah. And it was just things that we wanted to see. Like Trigun, for an example, was another one. You know, like guys shooting each other and bleeding out, and, you know, like guys dying as well. That's something I wanted to see. And I remember there was some like small scandals as we were growing up of like kids getting hurt from like imitating
watching anime
from like watching anime, and they're it happens with anything from video games to anything else.
They're stupid kids. Yeah.
Like, oh, like they saw this from an anime series, or this series that we don't know anything about is now hurting our children. And I've never had anyone talk to me and tell me how bad anime is or how like negative it is.
Well, I feel like usually when people talk to me about it and anything negative about it is that they just basically say like it's for weirdos, basically.
Yeah, because they're not open.
That's
to
what I'm saying.
Because they automatically
associated that
associate anime with like being a hardcore nerd or
stuff like that.
The shut-ins, or they'll automatically think of the first thing like, oh, do you watch hentai?
Yeah,
it's like okay, that's not what anime strictly is, you know.
First of all, no comment. Second of all,
but I mean like that's what they associate it with, because like if you watch, especially more commonly now, I mean it's been in anime throughout, you know, over time, like fan service, you know, like like boob shots, panty shots, and stuff like that, and that's what people that's what also like people see, you know, like they'll see that anime has that stuff and they'll think like, oh, you guys are weird because all these cartoons have this stuff.
Well, which again, it was kind of something I liked exploring when I got into anime. And here's more like anime confessionals, you could kind of say, on my end. I remember when I was kind of like really embarrassed of the whole like watching kind of like, I wouldn't say feminine type like shows, well, like romantic shows. Like there's another show called Saber Marionette J to X. I'd be very surprised if anyone in the audience here remembers this one. And this one was dubbed. It was about like a guy, again, it was kind of a harem, but he had 3 robotic marionette dolls that all had personalities. And the thing is, I would watch that at like 4 a.m. in the morning when my whole family was gone, because everyone would like leave in the morning, or my brothers would be asleep. And so I would like sneak downstairs, like search on VO, and I'd watch all that all the way through. And I was very secretive about my anime watching, to the point where like whenever, I do feel bad about this to this day, whenever I saw people in like middle school, junior high, I saw some people who really flaunted their love for anime. I saw some girls wearing the Naruto uniform.
Yeah, I know.
Orange jacket plus a headband. And so me, I'm just like, oh man, I hope I never become like that. Fast forward.
Look at us now.
But and to this day, I think to myself, why was I like that? I think it was because of that thing of like acceptance.
I think it's,
well, not even just that, but I think it's the whole like being associated with being weird and stuff like that. We didn't want to be weird.
Yeah. But in the end, like anime is actually really cool. You could see it now; it's everywhere, and everyone's starting to accept it. Like, dude, even if you haven't watched it, you've heard of it. But I do agree with you, Kevin. How it's like, oh, you watch anime? Oh God, it's all about young girls and stuff like that. It's like, well, no, you're not wrong, but no.
Like you're closed-minded. You don't know what anime really is.
Yeah,
there's so much more to offer than that.
Because like it's interesting to think about now. It's like back then, and I'm sure there are adults that still think of it this way. Like they just think it's straight up cartoons. But a lot of the time, anime, like to me, anime is and I'm sure a lot of other people, anime is an art form. Like anime is a great way to tell a story. Anime is a great way to like convey certain things, how people feel, like there are certain anime that just really like touch upon those feelings. There's anime that takes your breath away with just like scenery, animation in general. It's like it's something that you can appreciate now. Animation is an art form, especially in anime.
Yeah, I mean, and they're really good at what they do too. Cause what's the cooking one? Like the food, the food looks like actually legit good, and it makes me hungry. Like I'm like I'm looking at like a drawing, and I'm hungry. Like it's like the way they pull it off.
Same with nudity. You're like, oh, I'm looking at a naked girl, and this is drawn, and she's so oily. Like, ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, and I think I agree a lot with Ken when it comes to the whole thing with oh God, what was it? Like with people saying that they're being closed-minded with it, because anime is able to tell a really good story, just as good as any other book, movie, TV show, and you see a lot of common themes as well. The whole like not power of friendship, but the whole things of like life. Like Clannad sticks out for me as a series that teaches about life almost. Yeah, what happens after romance and stuff like that. And I think I've learned so much more life lessons from anime than I have from anything else. Yeah. Not saying I learned things from my own family, because that's your family. Yeah. But there's some things about, like, from anime that I've learned, like, one thing I learned that's really big was kind of like, really appreciate the moments you have now with your own friends. Not power of friendship. I'm talking about appreciate those times where you're together, because you never know where it might fade away. And that hits hard, because no one else is going to tell you that. No one else is good. My parents aren't going to be like, hey, stick to your friends. Like, no, they're going to ask, hey, are your friends married yet? Like, it's that kind of stuff. And, like, you don't care about that. So a lot of characters resonated with me, and a lot of themes stuck with me. And that's why I continue to watch anime, because I'm really trying to find... I'm really trying to find more things to learn, at the same time relive those moments of how I felt, like where I ended the episode and I sat down like, damn, I gotta think for a second. I gotta look at the sky and walk around. Like, and I love those moments.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because anime is just in itself a culture. And it's cool because now a lot of American cartoons take anime as inspiration. Not even just cartoons, like TV shows, movies. Like they draw inspiration from anime, which is amazing.
TV shows?
Like
which TV show?
Yeah. So Stranger Things actually takes inspiration from Elfen Lied.
Oh yeah, I remember you guys telling me that. That's right.
Yeah,
you told me that too.
So it's cool, like that anime does this for people. That anime can inspire other cultures to do certain things. Anime in itself has branched out. So for a lot of the people, anime could be strictly like Japanese animation, but China is also doing their own version of anime.
And Disney, I remember I saw one clip. It looked pretty okay.
And then there's like Western, quote unquote Western anime, like Avatar. Yeah,
it's tough to classify it now, because there's so much influence going left and right. We can't really see if there's an identity with anime anymore. But when you hear anime, you know that style. Usually, large eyes, a lot of detail in the hair, facial features.
But I don't know, like it's hard to classify things as like like you know when something's anime, but it's
Yeah.
hard to tell someone like, no, this isn't anime, but I can't really tell you why.
Shelter
Like,
music video. Sorry.
Cough, cough,
Okay.
anime
Yeah.
mod.
Stop.
Yeah. Corey in the house. Corey in the house.
Best
What I like
anime.
about I like that they're not afraid to tackle any sort of issue or theme.
Topic.
Yeah, topic or theme.
Yeah.
Like I was saying before, like a lot of the themes are very adult, and like Erased. Wasn't that about
Yeah. Oh,
the
that was great.
molestation
Oh,
and stuff?
yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, and
When
like
the-
wrongfully accusing people, like stuff like that. That stuff's real.
Yeah.
Well, it was less molestation, but more like just kidnapping and killing kids.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's heavy stuff. You're not gonna see that here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go
If you
heavy
see
stuff.
that here in the U.S., it'd be either in the form of a movie, a CSI crime, or like
CSI
a
crime, for
Dateline
sure.
thing, and that and seeing that animated and seeing that written out and have
Yeah.
voice actors act like that's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's also not forget that like anime wouldn't be a thing without manga or light novels
Right.
or like visual novels and stuff like that. So
Right.
there is a source, and like for a long time I didn't know that there was source material until I found out that Naruto had like a manga and that stuff. Like, you know, like it's crazy to think about, but like you watch anime because you want to see that story animated, which is cool.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
I was always about that too, is trying to complete the story, because whenever I watched a series, I want to complete it to the very end, because I had this philosophy of a large group of people put a lot of time and effort into this. I at least want to see the completed product and appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah.
But
Man, just think about it though. Like, what if anime didn't exist?
okay. So if
Yeah.
anime didn't exist, I'm not saying, well, let's say like for some reason like this, it never existed and we never came in contact with this. We're not aware of it. What do you think you guys would have focused on now?
Are you saying like manga didn't exist either, or?
Well,
I
mean-
that's tough.
well, I mean, I guess anime, just because like I honestly don't even think if anime didn't exist,
never-
we wouldn't know manga existed.
Right,
and
yeah.
visual novels and whatnot. I think for me, I'd be focused more on gaming, because I was a big gamer in high school. Like I was juggling 3 to 4 game systems at once. I had the PS3, Xbox 360, my Game Boy,
Right.
like my 3DS or my DS, whichever one was there, and I would be playing those like crazy. Because now today I watch so much anime, I don't have time for gaming, and I built a PC, and I barely play on there. I only play on the weekends, and to me that's not enough time. Like I started
Yeah.
Tales of Hysteria, I only got 10 minutes into it.
Dude.
No time.
You
I had to go to
you
bed.
Casual?
You,
Shut up.
you do have time. You just choose to watch anime.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But what about you guys? Like,
Well, see, okay,
other
I
than-
think I'm the complete opposite, because I play more games than I do watch anime, and you guys already know that, because I have no idea what you guys are talking about sometimes. But like, if
casual.
yeah, well, you're a gaming casual then, so
Shut up.
So-
No.
I'm well rounded.
Kevin's well rounded, yeah. So,
Dude, yeah, because you watch anime, you read comics. I'm very jealous you're able to keep up with comics, or at least the
Well,
heroes. you
we'll,
want to.
we'll get to me. Let
Yeah.
Jerome talk
Okay,
about
well-
it.
fine. Jerome.
if anime didn't exist, definitely would be more into games, which I am now. I think I would probably supplement it with anime themed games like Final Fantasy or just JRPGs in general.
Anime doesn't exist though.
Okay,
Yeah.
Anime doesn't exist.
I guess I would
Well,
I would
Final
still
Fantasy still exists.
I would still be attracted to like similar things such as anime in game
Maple
form.
Story.
Maple Story, Final Fantasy, JRPGs, whatever you have, Tales of
MMORPGs.
games, all those stuff. Like, I would be more into that more than I am already. But yeah, pretty much. I think
can
I think
understand that, yeah.
basically anime doesn't exist for me right now because I play games more than I do watch anime. So
Yeah,
yeah,
the latest anime you've seen that I talked to you about was Haikyuu.
yeah, I've been watching Umari-chan, but that's just like.
That's an anime about you. 'Cause
I
all
know-
she does
that's
is play
exactly-
video games.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
All she does is eat. All she does is eat snacks and play video games.
She's,
That's
she's the best. Like, she's me, yeah. Oh,
she's
man.
the devil, I tell you. What about you, Kevin?
Well, I have a lot of like things to touch up upon with that. So for me, like I was saying earlier, I'm pretty well rounded. I play video games, watch anime, read comics,
Collect.
dude. Like I'm like a pretty well rounded nerd.
Oh wow.
And kind of thinking about if anime didn't exist, that's kind of hard because like I was telling Jerome just a few minutes ago, like, you know, he was saying JRPGs like anime themed ones, but it's like if anime didn't exist, those wouldn't really exist. Like I kind of question like what my taste would be at that point. Like I wouldn't be playing like JRPGs and stuff. I'd probably be playing more like
adventure,
like COD. Like I don't really play COD or anything. You
gross.
know, like
all you COD
like,
players out
you know,
there. Gross.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
you know what I mean though. Like if anime didn't exist, like things like Persona 5 wouldn't exist because that's pretty anime. Like
right.
You know,
the
adjacent.
style, the style.
Yeah,
that
it's very anime adjacent.
Well, Final
you know?
Fantasy
like,
would exist,
and,
right?
Yeah, it would still
I think
exist.
so.
Okay.
I'm not saying it wouldn't exist. I'm just saying like I'm trying to think of like where would I be? Like I think I would probably gravitate more to comics, you know.
Actually,
That's what
yeah.
I would assume too,
more
because
comic books, you know, more like Marvel, DC. I would probably also be more gaming. I mean, I do play a lot of games still now, but probably more so. Like I'd be more into
Yep.
it. I don't know. It's hard for me to say that just because like I kind of do a little bit of everything.
how do you have the time for that, man? 'Cause
He doesn't.
I really want. Oh, that's
I
true.
don't sleep.
I don't
Oh my
sleep.
god, that's crazy. That's the thing I hate about being an adult, because like, you know, working every day and all that stuff, you know, and
No, man. Like, honestly, how I kind of handle it is that like a lot of times I'll play games when it's something I really want to play. Like right now, I've committed most of my time to Persona 5 in my free time,
Right.
and then when I want to take a break from playing games, then I'll watch anime. Or when I'm at work, I'll have like an English dub anime going on
At work?
while I'm typing something. Yeah, at work. It helps me concentrate.
Nice.
Honestly,
What?
it helps me it really helps me
Well, you can
concentrate.
do that.
I can pay. Yeah, I can pay attention to an anime and type at the same time. So I kind of did that a lot growing up too. So I don't know. It works for me. I learned how to multitask.
And simultaneously masturbating. You're so good at what you do.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Where did that come from?
Oh,
That's some real
Because I mean,
talent.
you're watching anime, so like
While masturbating and typing.
and typing.
but anyway,
Dude.
anyway, final answer.
Oh, God.
Final answer is that I would probably go more into gaming and or comic books.
Yep.
I wish I can go into comics more, because I feel like that's such a huge world. And
It
like
Way
is.
bigger than
It really
anime.
is. It's
There's-
vast.
Yeah, it's way more massive than anime. But I do agree with you there. Like, if I had the time, I would do more gaming and comics. Because with me, when it comes to, then again, you know, Kevin is a great example of when he loves something, he goes deep into it. And hence, like, you know, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
With me,
Right.
when I find like something I really love, I'll go really hard at it.
Like
So
Goop?
like, yeah, Girls and Panther. You know, you saw my snaps.
Yeah,
When
I know.
And then-
You had the whole
Yeah.
setup.
We know. We all know.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
good. But like, if anime didn't exist, I think I'd be into like, you know, a lot of Marvel. Like, I want to get into Deadpool.
I like how none of us
but-
said like sports.
Okay, yeah, that's the thing about me.
It's
I
just
can lock
more
down-
nerd things.
I can lock down my love for anime, you know, because, you know, I could talk sports with people. I could talk all that stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, like me, I want to go golfing more often, but it's too expensive. But stuff like that. Yeah, there are a lot of factors, and who knows, like, what we're gonna be doing in the future. Like, will I still be watching anime in the future?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so much cheap. It's so much cheaper to sail the seven seas
Yeah.
than to play golf.
It is. One game is $40, man.
I was just
two games. That's a Blu-ray.
I was talking to my girlfriend a while ago, and I was saying I can't wait till I'm old and a grandpa, so I could just fucking play games all day. And she's like, how do you know you'll even be into that? I'm like, I'll be into that. Trust me.
Like, dude, because the backlog for games
I know.
and animes would be so big.
I was like, I'll have all the time in the world. And like,
Oh, God, that's-
when the new Smash Bros come out, like go up to your like nephew or your grandchild and be like, I'm gonna wreck you, and just like fucking just sweep him.
but then every single old Smash Bros player would be like, hey, does that Wii 10,000 work with the GameCube controller? I don't know what that is, Grandpa.
Does it work with the GameCube? You got like
You
all the
still be holding the
adapters.
That's my next question. The Nintendo Switch. I saw the meme with the Nintendo Switch was on its way. Everyone's like, yo, does the GameCube controller work with that though? Like, bro, like, dude, you guys gotta adjust.
Asking the real questions.
You guys gotta just move on, for God's
They just
sakes.
need
Like,
to.
who
They
cares?
just need to make a new Nintendo console with a little.
They did.
with a revamped controller that's compatible. so people don't have to
that's
keep
too
like
weird.
making adapters.
Just make a wireless GameCube controller.
Yeah.
No, that's too much. No,
It's
we
like,
can't give
no,
them that.
Kevin, you need the
we to make
retro,
more.
Kevin.
We
They
need
need
We need
it.
to make more money. Okay. All right. So, anything you guys are watching now, like right at this moment?
No.
I mean, I'm like wrapping up Durarara.
Durarara.
Like I honestly like it right now. It's my work anime. Like I've been blazing through anime because of like I watch it on the side while I'm working.
So you watch a dub.
I watch English dub, which I started to have more of an appreciation of English dub recently. But
same.
I watched I watched K, I watched Durarara, I watched there was one more series that I watched. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's like all the Netflix anime. Thank God Netflix for you to allow us to download stuff.
Is that new?
offline
Is that
and
new?
Watch it. That's a new
Wow.
feature.
That's awesome.
And more
But,
series or more companies are following suit. I think Crunchyroll is going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crunchyroll and Hulu is doing it eventually, but
they got to.
But yeah, Durarara, K. Seasonally, I'm watching like Ero Manga Sensei. I know I'm trash, but it's okay.
I heard. Okay, I'm gonna get on that, even though that's gonna make me sound like a huge pedophile.
Dude, Ero Manga Sensei is like life.
That's what I hear. That's what
Like
I hear.
it's actually really good.
So get this, Jerome. There's a scene where like a young girl goes up to like her friend.
Yeah.
And she. I saw snapshots of it, but just like yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's
I
at the
like-
penguin. Wait, what are you talking about?
No.
Oh, I know what you're talking about though. The
No.
Like the young girl starts saying, "Hey, I like penis," or "I like dicks," and
Well, she likes
dick, and then like
That's pretty much what she says.
She
It's
says
not.
it.
It's not even like a joke. It's like it's legit.
yeah,
Jeez.
and then like the guy's like, "Why?" And when I saw that, I was like, "All right, you caught me. I gotta watch this."
But yeah.
But not yet.
It's good. It's good. I
Okay.
mean, aside from that, like I don't know. I'm watching just if you just go to my Mal.
No,
you can see
yeah.
what I'm
We'll
watching
link
right now.
we'll link our mouths.
Yeah, we'll link them in the bottom.
Yeah.
But also watching like the Danmachi one.
Is that out?
I kind of hate it. Yeah, I hate it.
Oh.
It's not. It's a spin-off series, not season
Oh.
2. But it's kind of trash right now because it's not that good.
Ouch.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think with me right now, I have not been able to keep up with airings because I made a commitment to watching One Piece. But
You're doing the right thing.
okay, no, fair enough. A lot of people are like, "Yeah, you're doing great," because I'm at the part where they reached. What's the ghost island called?
Thriller Bark.
Thriller Bark. Okay, we just
Oh, you're
met
in for a
Brooke.
ride.
Yeah, we just met Brooke, and right
Yo!
now, yeah, he's great. Honestly, he's great. But the thing is, I think after this arc, I might take a break and then move on and watch something else because I made a contract. If you guys do anime contracts,
With who?
I made it with Becker.
Okay.
And this one was made last year, and the contract was he watched all of Hajime no Ippo, which you guys should watch too. It's about boxing. If I
Yeah.
watched this earlier in like freshman year of high school, I probably would have picked up boxing. That's how amazing it was. He watches all
Just
of
imagine
Ippo,
you
and
boxing.
dude, like imagine, yeah, that'll be amazing. See, anime's influential, you know.
There you
And
go.
and the thing is, like, I had to watch an anime called Aria and Planetas, and Aria is like a really therapeutic, calm show about boats. It's just about boats. These girls row boats in Italy or something like that.
Like
Italy in space, actually. Like, it's
Like gondolas.
thank you, gondolas. Thank you. Yeah, that's fair.
oh, the
And
long
like the
boats.
thing is, yeah, the long boats and like they're very romantic and stuff. That's what this. It sounds boring, but watching it is very therapeutic. Because I watch it before I go to bed. And the thing is, we started this contract last year. I only finished the first season, which is like 12 episodes. And look, it's a year later, and I've made no progress. So I feel bad.
Yeah, finish that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm watching
One Piece will always be there.
That's what a lot of my friends say with a lot of other anime series. Because I'm watching My Hero Academia season 2 right now, even though I'm keeping up with the manga. That's why I'm jealous of manga. Because you could just blaze through it and read fast, and if you see a cool moment, just pause. But
Is that one cool?
with anime, oh yeah,
Okay.
it's amazing, dude. I say pick that one up too. But that's all I've picked up because One Piece is like my commitment, and my brother's like almost at episode 600. He started like 2 months ago.
Wow.
Fuck, man.
It's nuts.
I mean, One Piece is amazing. It's dominating like sales in Japan. It's one of the best.
Yeah.
Oda has just he's written it really well. His power scaling is really really good. You know, it's not over the top.
No.
No, it's not Dragon Ball Z. Are you kidding me? Dragon Ball Z has horrible power scaling.
How bad? How crazy is it that back then Dragon Ball Z was like the greatest thing, and now we're just like looking the other way at Dragon Ball Z? Like,
it's kind of trash. It's kind of trash. Like
very
you can't introduce a new character and all of a sudden he's stronger than the gods. Like, and that's not how it works.
What throws me off is he's Super Saiyan God. When I hear God, I think of almighty, powerful. No one can stop me.
And there are people that are still stronger than him, so power scaling's horrible.
Yeah, I don't feel it anymore with Dragon Ball Super. I think
But I mean, obviously, there's still like a special place for it because it's kind of what started me.
Yeah, I mean, I still watch it just so I can keep up with it, but it's bad.
Well, I feel like an old man now because I do the whole. Dude, back when I was watching it, Dragon Ball Z was this good, and the violence, and this one is just. I don't want to get into that. That's a whole nother discussion.
Yeah.
Like, Dragon Ball Super isn't really making an impact anymore. So, yeah. Anything you're watching, comic book, or what are you playing? What games are you playing since you don't watch anime?
Just strictly just Monster Hunter right now, which you guys still need to buy.
No,
Come on!
You were texting me like crazy to play Monster.
I swear you'll like it.
I almost said Monster Rancher. That's
Monster
a
Rancher.
great
That's a good game.
I'm focused on Persona 5 right now, and then after that, I'm gonna be trash and play Nier.
I've been
Nier
wanting to
Automata or Nier. You should get Neo.
Nier Automata.
Automata, yeah.
Nier Automata.
I'm waiting for that to go on sale on Steam. That's why I haven't bought it yet.
I'm just saying,
Like I've been playing Heroes of the Storm. You know, anyone?
No, boo.
You're trash.
Shut up.
Boo.
Fury of the Storm.
Everyone who plays League is like boo.
Well, if you play League, you know you're terrible. Just throw it out there. But I want to start dedicating time to Tales of Zestiria.
Yeah, dude, play the other ones.
I like Zestiria. Zestiria is good. I'll give you a list of recommendations later.
Yeah.
Yes, grazie.
Yes.
Wow, we went from anime to video games now. Well, we'll do a video game episode one day.
Okay, on terms of that, I guess just Umara-chan. It's a short series, right? I just gotta finish that.
Dude, don't you love the opening? All those game references?
It's the best.
Yeah, like
She's
the Mario
mean, so,
Kart.
yeah.
Yeah, and with my favorite one's the gif of like her. She's playing with the maracas, and then there's just multiples of her.
Oh, spoilers!
Oh, sorry.
It's in the opening.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's in the opening.
Okay. I think we're good here.
Okay, yeah, we're good. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Let us know what are your earliest memories of anime, you know, and all the.
What's your first anime?
And hentai.
What was your first
time?
Hentai. No, we asked that last episode. Forgot.
Leave the links down below.
No. All right, we're out of here.
Any genre. Let's go. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Have a good night or a good day. Bye.
Bye.
Tap to us.